there you are, you see, now he's...
Now, Willie, up you come, and let's see you just walk over to the bureau and back. Turn around, walk back on your own. Very good. You're getting quite... Let me just straighten that out before you sit down. There we go. Very good. Right, let's have you back a bit. You get yourself into bed. And you can read the paper all right?
Yeah.
You could do with the light behind, couldn't you, really? I'll have a word with John Mellin and tell him to get you a light.
He never have time to come.
Hey?
He won't have time to come.
Well, who shall I get then?
There's nobody to get out. I'm all right, I can manage this.
What, with what? With a torch?
Yes, I can manage. If I want to knock about at night, I'll put
Well,
that on.
that's all right. I want you to have a torch for night time, but I want you to have a decent light here for reading with. And I'm going to get Garnets to come out and fix it. Or someone. All right?
I don't think so.
Why not?
I don't want it.
Well, I think it'll be very good for you.
I don't think so myself. All these novelty things.
It's not a novelty thing, it's a light. Listen, it's a light behind you so you can read the bloody paper.
I don't read much.
No, but you'd read a bit more perhaps and a bit more easily if you had the light behind you.
I don't think so.
Now listen, don't be so awkward. I'm going to get someone out and fix the light. It's only a small light, it won't cost you that much anyway, you can't take it...
It's a matter of cost, it's a matter of inconvenience, it looks daft.
If it's that bad, you can have it taken out. Do you remember how I got your colour television for you?
Pardon?
Do you remember how I got your colour television for you?
You never got that.
I jolly well did.
You did not.
I got Slaters to come out that afternoon, and by 4 o'clock that afternoon they had it in and took the black and white one away. Because you were cursing me because you said you'd have to pay a bit more for the bloody thing.
There's a good one there now anyway.
I know, it's the one I got for you.
It is not.
But we've just been to see Willie.
Oh, well, every time he goes, he's really peeved about you talking about
Castlebar.
going into Castlebar, yeah.
Or going anywhere.
It bugs him, yeah.
Yeah.
It's home there. He's been there how long? Has he been there all his life and he's 90 what?
I know, but he's just been... It's all right, but, I mean, who's looking after him? You know, 'cause, a lot of the load falls on John and Frida.
Yes, I know. You see,
'Cause
I
they're
would
there,
go
you see,
down
and-
more, but I've
you're a long way off
got
and you've
4
got-
children
I know.
here and farm and it's not just same. She can just pop across just on foot, can't she?
Anyway, we'll have to see. I better go and see Annie because I've got surgery in
Yeah.
half an hour. He's a bit upset about Robert, of course.
Is she?
Oh, Robert, you know. He died.
Yes, yeah.
Oh,
You
it's
see,
about a
I
week. That'd be about
I
2
thought
weeks ago.
she'd be quite relieved.
Well, I think she is in a way, but she's still very saddened.
Mm.
I think it was hard because, you know, in the last few months he didn't know her at all.
No, I
When she
know.
went, he just
No.
destroyed her.
Yeah.
Couldn't ken her at all.
No, no.
I cry through the night when I'm waking up at 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
Sometimes I have a cry before I get to sleep, but it just seemed to come like turning the tap on.
Do you get to sleep again then?
I'm a bit
After
before I do
4,
get
5,
to sleep,
yeah.
yeah. Right. But I miss him, Dr. Brewster.
I'm sure you do. Anyway, you have a lot of good friends thinking about you, haven't you?
Yes, and I've a good family. Especially Robert. He's done, I know I get hassle off him, but he's done all my business side of it.
Yeah.
Yes, he's done all my business side of it.
No, I think she'll come round slowly, but it will be slowly with Annie.
It was a sad end.
Sad end.
Yeah, just living in bed for a month, wasting away basically,
Yeah,
didn't it?
yeah.
You know, it was,
What do you weigh at the end there about?
I would think 5, 6
Oh,
stone,
5 or
no more.
6.
Well, he didn't eat
Oh.
for nearly a month, did he?
No.
So,
And of course, the terrible part really was for Annie that he didn't know her. He didn't, you know, he wouldn't
hadn't a clue,
wouldn't
had he?
ken her at all.
No. But, I mean, nurses were wonderful with him down here.
I thought they were.
Really marvellous. I couldn't, you know, I mean, as a family, we can't speak too highly of them.
I'm glad to hear you say they were so good. I'll tell them at Anley.
Well,
I will.
you know, well, Joan has
Because they
written-
need a... We all like to be told we're doing well or have done well, don't we?
Well, Joan wrote him a letter praising them. You
Good,
know,
that's
I think,
good.
Yeah, she was,
That's good.
We was highly chuffed.
So where is she now?
She's coming in tomorrow for some injections.
Oh, I see. Well, we'd better see her then.
Do you mind having a video? It's
Well,
just for training purposes.
Right, yeah.
Is that okay? I'll just turn that. I'm due to be working either just to make life complex. Right, how can I help you?
Right, well, I'm not sure what this is, whether it's anything connected with the lambs. I've been feeding pet lambs and they have...
Plenty of clues.
I won't say there were warts, but that type of thing on the edges of the mouths.
It's not off, is it?
Well,
You haven't stopped her introductory flow, and the first bit that the patient says is often terribly important.
Right.
And you can read a lot into it. She'd have been practicing in the waiting room what to say, her opening remark. She probably... Let's see if we can tell. Let's see if we can tell what she's been practicing.
way, you know, there's a little bit in the middle to begin with, but during last night it's become red round it.
Well, how did it...
Yes, she's stopped, hasn't she?
Yeah.
So you did stop her, actually. But not as early as some doctors would have done. Do you find it difficult to keep quiet?
How did you do it? What did you do?
Hit it with a 12-pound hammer.
Yeah.
Straight outside at post and onto my thumb.
12-pound hammer. God, I bet the air was a bit blue, was it?
Just a bit, yeah.
And anybody can do it for you. And that will relieve the pressure. It's as simple as that. You see, there's a compartment across here which doesn't let anything expand up here. If you had the same sort of thing here, it could expand up and you don't get the pressure pain.
Yeah,
but
I see.
it's just like a compartment in a railway carriage.
Yeah.
Nothing can get back, and so the pressure under the nail is enormous. When you do them and they're fresh, it can literally shoot out.
Mm-hmm.
And there's some techniques that you're probably using already that help people to understand what's going on and make them feel more confident about it. One is there's a lot of it about syndrome, which is to tell someone that there are many other people suffering from exactly the same thing at the moment, and which is often the case. Where someone is worried about their condition, you can reassure them by telling them about somebody else with the same thing that had a favourable outcome. Now, you can't obviously use patients' names, but you can make them up. And my friend John is a classic. The other way of explaining things, of course, is to label it as a virus. Most things are viruses anyway when it comes down to it.
Hello, my love. A glass of sherry?
Oh, yes, please. It's such a heavy frying pan, I can't lift it up to get the damn thing out.
This used to be the surgery, and this was the pharmacy, and where the taps are now was the little sink, the little pharmacy taps with the long spouted taps, you know, like you used to have in a chemistry lab. And there's a green velvet curtain with just a little doorway. This big arch wasn't here. There was just a little green velvet curtain, and that was my consulting room. I used to disappear behind this green velvet curtain and mix a bit of Mist Ready Co. or gentian or some other green tonic. No appointments in those days, just bedlam in the hall outside. And they just put their head in the kitchen door and say, "Is he back?" To Scotty, you see.
Come on.
It was all like that.
This is ready now.
No, right.
Delicious appetising meal.
Then we got dogs and started having children, and we got more dogs and more children. And, you know, it just got... I suddenly banged my head on the wall one day and said, Christ, there must be another way.
It was very difficult to manage before, really. I could only go out when Barry was actually in surgery here.
I mean, when Scotty wanted a loaf of bread, he used to take the phone off the hook, dash up to the baker's and grab a loaf of bread and dash back and bang the receiver back on. There goes the train. Well, I used to. I still have my sign I used to put on the door when I was, you know, on my sort of half day on a Wednesday. I used to just put a sign on the door. If I'd gone down to the river, I'd just put, gone fishing. And if they really wanted you, they'd come down to the river. I mean, if I was vaguely on duty, I'd be somewhere within a couple of 100 yards of the bridge, you know, or something. And society's demands on medicine have changed somewhat. Your knee is somewhat better than the cricket you're watching on television.
Yes, much better.
Is it that bad,
Yeah.
the cricket?
Oh, it isn't very good at all, no.
Oh dear.
I can't do anything.
Anyway.
Short of bowlers. I
Really?
can mobilise myself like that.
Well, let's just have a look at this knee replacement. Gosh, marvellous. Bend. Well, I must say, that's looking great. That's a tidy scar. Really well healed. Was it now? About 3 months? And so, the next question is, when can the other one be done, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's
Absolutely.
painful, and you can
Hardly.
but walk on it.
No.
Let's just pull
I'd
this
like
up.
to keep this fucking hand.
I think you could take the elastic off now. It's done so well, hasn't it?
Mm.
Right. Can we just see you walk? Let's get your crutches, and let's just see what you can do. Now, when you do that, are you taking on what leg? Which leg are you taking most weight on?
On my new one.
On the new one, yeah.
Mm.
Yeah.
I couldn't do without that new one. But just let me, don't take me till I've got round this corner.
You just take your time. Just you concentrate on your walking. And the next question of mine to you is, what?
When are you going in the motorised vehicle?
Just take it over the grate, just to show, just to get the feel of how it'll cope with things.
Sorry.
No, it's my fault. I left the handbrake on. Just a quick call to Castleburn, Magdalene Ayres. We saw her at 1 o'clock lunchtime, and she was not so bad then. In fact, she was really quite well, but she just collapsed. And looks like it's, from what Sister said, a fairly final collapse, but we'll do what we can.
She always, in the toilet, goes to the wash basin, washing her hands and let out a cry.
Mm.
Francis went to her. He thought she trapped her knees under the sink, but she hadn't.
Yeah.
She threw her head back. He came for me. I went and rushed her through here, but of course there was no pulse, there was no blood pressure. So it's all happened in minutes.
Yeah.
And I rang the daughter and I rang you. I didn't come back from my tea till 5 past 5, so it's all happened in. So I'm pleased for her.
Well, so am I, because she was
You
just...
know, I just wish the daughter...
Just what you say this morning, actually, wasn't
Yes, yes. So, now Mrs. Midgley's just arrived. She's come by herself.
She what?
She's come by herself because her husband was
Oh, right.
busy.
Well, I'll go. She's in your office.
Yes.
I'll go. Hello, my love. Any more?
Helen rang up about Frank Hogg.
What about him?
He's having lots of abdominal
I
pain.
better go and see him, in other words.
Gwendolyn Finch about Ben, who's got a sore throat, and they're going on holiday tomorrow.
Right. That was Magdalene Ayres, collapsed and died.
Oh dear.
So, that's the end of an era, isn't it?
Certainly is.
Incredibly resilient woman. She was very rattly, and I really did think things were going rather badly wrong. But I gave her some frucimide and triplopen, and by lunchtime she'd settled down, although she was fairly rapid pulse, I wasn't sure quite what, but she'd settled down very well. And by yesterday evening, she was on the couch laughing and joking and, you know, back to their own selves.
Right, which implied that the fruit might had a lot to do with it. An operation was done which just provided enough tissue to tell us for certain that you had an ovarian cancer. You recall that what we did then was we gave you 8 courses of chemotherapy.
That's right,
But you had those cystic lumps in the tummy that we knew about all the time, and it was clear that they were going to cause more problems as time went on. If we bring in another treatment now, the chances of the tumour cells being sensitive to it are unfortunately small. But if we give you the treatment and you will have the side effects of the treatment, that's guaranteed. So the question is, would the kind of good that you would get from it, bearing in mind there's a small chance of getting it, outweigh the side effects? And I would think that normally it would not.
Not as I'd rather you
under your circumstances now.
Because I'd rather be well and laughing and joking with the family is, you know, still be able to go out with the lasses and, you know, take me out in the car and do a bit of fun with them. And I'd rather be like that. Actually, I went out Saturday night, you know, went to disco and dinner and disco. A bit naughty, I was dancing.
Why is that naughty?
No, well, it weren't because I so enjoyed it. I didn't think my legs would go for me, and oh, it made my night. I mean, I did keep sitting down when I could feel myself getting out of breath a bit, but I got up again and discoing again, and oh, it was a great night,
Well, that's fine. Well, that's the way we want life to be for you, isn't it? People enjoy it.
No, I did do. And I'd rather they remember me like I was being ill and...
Yes.
You know.
All these are important things.
Well, I think so.
The day before she died, she called Fran and said, I want all the family round. And she talked to them for an hour and a quarter. And she told them that she knew the cards were stacked.
Whenever I asked her how she was, she said, oh, I'm fine and I'm fighting. And I was, you know, always said, you know, I'm fighting and I'm going on fighting, you know. I thought in many ways this was Josie's hallmark, you know. She was a fighter.
Very true.
You know, when I was at college, they told me that the more funerals I did, the easier it would become. And, you know, that's a fallacy.
For you.
But that's a fallacy. That's not true. No.
I wonder, for instance, how they deal with death in Vietnam or in the famine in the Sudan, where young babies are dying and dying and dying.
I think their grief must be horrendous.
Absolutely, but because it's happening to so many young people so often, does it become...
I don't think there's any shortcuts through grief.
For the mother concerned with that young child in Vietnam or in Sudan, it's just as horrible, isn't it?
And what's he been told about my visit and what's he anticipating?
I told Willie that you're a bit of a whiz kid on skins, but with particular reference to the sort of spot that he's got near his eye. And I did sort of get him to agree that it was getting a little bit bigger. And he said that he'd see you, he'd gladly see you. Well, that's his Land Rover, which he drives with not too much accuracy.
Right.
And step down.
They look like a couple of estate agents.
Hello.
The Yorkshire player would come off the field.
Now then.
Evening.
This is Mr. Timmins. This is Frida Booth.
Hello, how do you do?
Timmins. And that's Willie.
Evening. How do you do?
Now, what about this lighting? This brilliant... What is that, Frida? What's that? Is it all of 40 watts?
You've got a torch.
I think we'll... No, Mr. Timmons just wants a good look at it.
Can I just shine this torch on it to have a look and see what it looks like? Just going to shine a torch on your face.
Do you want me up?
No, no. How long have you had it for?
4 or 5 years.
That's it.
Well done. Am I hurting you? Am I hurting you?
No, no, no,
Okay.
no, it's all right.
Okay, thank you.
How much does it interfere with what you do?
Nothing.
Does
Nothing very little.
Does it make your eye water?
No, not much.
When you get outside in the cold, in the field?
Yeah, out for long, yeah. Not to the right.
You're out there?
I've been at Delifield, got my hair cut. Now
When?
then.
When?
I haven't been today.
You old bugger. Did you drive
Well,
yourself?
all right.
Did you drive yourself?
What?
Did you drive yourself?
Certainly. Nobody else there.
You're not to go out in the Tom Macadam.
You said not, and I said, oh, I wouldn't promise.
You did, I must be fair. When do you see double? Is it when you're driving?
No, 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 no. I don't have no glasses on when I'm driving. I don't. That's nothing to do with that. Nothing to do.
Well, you saw double once coming up Rathmell Hill, you told me.
That was ice. It was pure ice that did that. I know it was.
Was it?
And I got out and I couldn't stand.
Ice in the middle of July, Willie, was it?
This spot you've got near your eye, what do you want us to do about it?
Mr. Timmons can do it within a day, so you won't be away for a night. All you'd have on for 4 or 5 days is a little thing like that. The eye wouldn't be covered. And Mr. Timmons can do it in a day.
In a day, say it could, but I'm not. I'm not interested.
All right, Willie, fair enough.
See it from his point of view.
Yeah.
This is his face.
Yeah.
Good to see you.
All right, good luck.
Bye. You'll be okay.
No, folks found it all in for the one, I don't know.
All right, Willie. Well, you knew what he was going to say anyway, didn't you? Will you get that van man to get an ambulance right away?
Yeah, we've got one coming.
Well, you've got one coming, have you? Right, get it, come on. Where do you hurt? Eh? Where are you hurting? All right, you're going to be okay. Just don't move. Let your head. I want you to lie still. That is your job. You're going to be all right. Okay?
I want these. Get a cushion if you want. Now you get these.
Is your head perfectly all right?
Yeah. Oh, sure, I get it.
Yeah, you get it on. Just, is it your arm, your right arm?
What do you want to do? No, do you want this arm out?
Well, I think, I'm just, let me just test something else.
I mean, we can take it out if you want.
I just want to get the, this with that.
Do it.
What about your legs? What about your shoulder?
Yeah, just okay.
Okay?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah.
So your thumb's a bit knacked, is it?
Yeah. Oh, jeez.
You just dislocated the phalanx of his thumb.
Ah!
There you are, it's back.
That's it.
Oh. It's back. You're all right, you're all right. All right?
Yeah.
That's back now.
Yeah.
Okay?
Oh.
That'll be a bit easier.
Oh, God.
Give him a bit of Antonox, and then we'll get him up here, look, down there. This is just Antonox, just a gas to ease your pain a bit, all right?
Okay. I've got the pain up.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's just a bit easier before we move him. Are you on?
Yeah, we're on.
Just nice big breaths. Won't knock you out. Just make you feel a bit easier.
Just checked his limbs.
Yeah, he's okay. Limbs are okay. No pain in the back. I haven't. We'll just move him carefully and get him on a. We get the stretcher down. Get him onto the stretcher. We'll all lift him onto the stretcher, and then we'll take the stretcher. and We should be able to get it up over that low wall there.
Yeah. Okay.
All right.
Okay.
Just breathe away for me.
Just a minute, Leslie's there. We've got a jacket. All right. Right. When you're ready.
Somebody just to support his head. Head. Right.
His neck. Don't bend it forward. Just support.
Right.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, lift.
All right, Mike. No injuries, you think, Doctor?
Mike, have you any pain anywhere apart from that thumb?
Heavy in my chest a bit, that's all now.
A bit
heavy in his
where?
chest.
In your chest?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, 3-1 to 3-0, over.
Up she goes. No, we're ain't up.
Oh, steady, man.
Steady. Hold on.
Just hold it.
Hold it.
You got it?
Right.
Put it down. Right. Yeah. Together, this.
Yep. You weren't too keen on that, Mike, were you? But it's better now. What about this chest? Eh? All right. Right, can you enter Knox and move him in?
Okay, Doctor, thank you.
When you get to the car, just I'm just a bit worried about his chest. He might have a pneumothorax. Okay?
Just relax.
Just lucky I was going past, and from all the lifting the stretcher, which was very difficult over that wall. It's a bloody good thing you lot were there as well. I'm very sorry I'm so late, but I got tied up in a little bit of nonsense on the road.
Do you not get frustrated about this relentless pressure from time?
Yeah, gin and tonic's the answer. Good G&T does a lot for a man.